Hey guys, so today we're doing a full face of JUVIA'S Place. Still one of my favorite brands, especially one of my favorite colorful brands when I want to do fun looks. Never let me down when I'm doing a fun colorful makeup look. And I just feel like I haven't played with JUVIA'S Place in a while, even though JUVIA'S Place was all I used back in the day. So yeah, we're just giving JUVIA'S Place some love in the video, and let's begin. Did I only now just look up the weather and realize that it's the hottest day out of the week and I'm filming at the hottest hour of this day? Yes, I did. I have no idea why I'm not planning ahead. I need to plan ahead and schedule when to film because it's like 10 degrees cooler in a few days. But I just decided to torture myself again. Okay, so we are gonna start with one of my favorite palettes. I was shocked because I went to look this up and apparently it's not being sold anymore, which is shocking because I think this is JUVIA'S Place best palette. The brown one was okay, it was really muddy. The Zulu one has like 6 bright colors, so that's not really an everyday palette or a palette that you can do one whole look in. I think they have a full purple palette, but I'm like, this has both everyday colors and fun colors, so I'm just wondering why this is not being sold anymore. It's my favorite palette from them and one of my favorite palettes. So yeah, I don't know why I stopped using this. My first makeup videos, I want to say the first 3-4 years, all I was using was JUVIA'S Place. And then I don't know what happened, I just stopped using them. JUVIA'S Place is one of my favorite brands. I honestly don't know why I don't see a lot of people using it, or at least people I watch, because they're using like the newer stuff at Sephora or the more expensive brands. And I'm like, JUVIA'S Place has all the color and all the fun stuff. So why is no one using them as much? So I'm first gonna use this lighter brown, then this, then this. I don't think I'll use that. That looks a little red. So yeah, I'll use these 3 browns. And then the main color will be a liquid eyeshadow. So I'm gonna draw that first shade. I'm just gonna blend that a bit. JUVIA'S Place has always been reliable to me. Like, there hasn't been one product where I just hated. The only products I can think of where I was not a big fan was their brown one. Like I said, that was pretty muddy, and I think these browns were way better. And then the other thing that I wasn't a huge fan of, but that was so personal, it was it's like one of those glows, that Elf or Charlotte Tilbury one, the glow you put underneath your foundation. That one was too glowy, and I noticed that it did not look good because I'm an oily skin girl and I would look extra oily if I used that, so that wasn't something that really worked for my skin, but I know that has good reviews. But other than those two, like, I can't think of a single JUVIA'S Place product where I didn't like. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with Zulu. Oh, okay, wait, there's another one. It's not that it's bad, it's just super intimidating, and it's their liquid blush. You need the tiniest amount, like a literal dot, and it will cover your whole face. I feel like that's too much, and because of that, like, I never grab that blush because it's so intimidating, because I'm scared to just put too much. I want to say their liquid blushes overdid it a bit, because I mean, most of the liquid blushes I use, they are very pigmented, but JUVIA'S Place is on another level where it's like paint. Okay, now I'm gonna use that darker brown Fulani. I'm just gonna use Giza for my brow bone. Okay, now for the star of the show, we have Wazobia. Do not sleep on JUVIA'S Place liquid eyeshadows. There are so many fun and unique and colorful shades, but I wanted to use one that was just one of the most unique. Look at that. And I love these. I don't know if it matters anymore, but when I used these for the first time, I was like, I think I like these more than Stila liquid eyeshadows. But again, it probably doesn't matter because I don't see Stila selling them anymore. But this is nice and thin. Look at that, it's like a green, gold. It's one of those multicolor ones where like it's a different, see like there it's like bronze gold, light gold, and you can see the green, and then there you can see the green. I feel like this is one of their unique shades, even though most of them are unique. I just think it's so fun. I don't know why I stopped doing my eyeshadow like that. Oh, I can really see it here in the lights. Like half of it looks gold and then half looks green. I feel like you could see on the camera too, like doesn't this look more gold and then this green? I'm just gonna clean up the edges with my Anastasia number 3 brush, and then I'll be back for the lashes. Okay, for lashes, I'm going in with Kush. These are one of my favorite lashes. I love the lashes that flare out like that, that look very cat eye. When I visited my best friend in Canada, we went to this like dollar Japanese store and I found this lash applicator and I have just been using it ever since. I love it more than my XO Beauty one. Just for some reason this plops it easier on my eye versus one of those tweezers. So yeah, it was just a random find and I love it. See, these are just like a cat. Okay, let's go in with foundation. Still one of my favorite products from Juvia's Place. Again, another item where I don't know if it's just because it's old I don't hear people talking about anymore, but there are a ton of old formulas out there that people still use, or maybe just people don't use full coverage anymore. When I think of full coverage, I think of this because this is the closest foundation that covers my freckles and dark spots, but it like never feels cakey. I remember being so shocked when I used this for the first time and I was like, oh my gosh, it took away all my freckles. I'm trying to think of my other foundations. House Labs is full coverage, right? Too Faced is full coverage. But yeah, I don't think of them like giving me an absolute just pure one color foundation, if that makes sense. Like my freckles will always still peek through, but this is what covers it. Even though it's thick, it doesn't feel heavy. See, it looks cakey and thick, but yes, if you blend it out, well, obviously looks so much better. See, it's like a magic trick. I'm like, ooh, where'd my freckles go that I don't like? So obviously this would cover my whole face. But as you can see, it's like one new layer of skin. This really is my most full coverage. I noticed when I mean we, I mean like millennials, or when I watch YouTubers my age, that we're kind of weaning off the full coverage because it's not looking as good on our mature skin. And now like a lighter foundation looks better. But this still has never made me feel cakey. See, it just gives you like one clean palette and it's not matte like you can see some of the shine. This has always been reliable and again my go-to for full coverage. Okay, so I don't have a concealer. I have a bunch of concealer, so I didn't want to buy one from Juvia's Place, sorry. Even though I love the foundation, I'm sure the concealer is one I really don't ever hear about. Anyways, in my last video, I got the Huda corrector and I liked it, and I feel like it didn't work with the concealer I was using. So I want to use it with a reliable concealer, which is Tarte Shape Tape, in this video. So I might as well try this concealer again while I'm putting on makeup. So first impressions, like I really liked it. It did cover up my dark circles, but I layered it with my Tower 28 concealer, and that's my lightest concealer. Like it covers up nothing, so I thought maybe this would help it, and I think it did help it. But I think the Tower 28 is just that light of a coverage that it looked like nothing changed. See, that's crazy. It really just brightens up your eye. Okay, now just covering it with my good old Tarte Shape Tape. Yeah, I have no idea what the Juvia's Place concealer is like. Like I said, I have heard absolutely nothing about it, whether on TikTok, on YouTube. I don't remember anyone talking about it then too. You know what? I think the bathroom mirror is out for me because, again, just like my last video, I could still see my dark circles in the bathroom mirror. So yeah, these bright lights are working because in the mirror I can still see the outline and everything. Is it the color of the corrector? I do have like a pinky travel size Tarte one. So I'm wondering if pink would work better or if my under eye circles are just gonna pop out whatever I use. Juvia's Place doesn't have a mascara. They do have a green liner. This isn't it. This is NYX's Epic Wear Liner Stick in All Time Olive. I already had this. I barely use this, so I thought it'd be a waste of money to buy another green eyeliner. This is just an olive eyeliner, and I think it would just look perfect with this eye look. See, like it's dark enough, but it's not too heavy. Okay, so I'm gonna put some more of Giza in the inner corner. This is still one of my favorite inner corner highlights. You think that would be easy, you know, you'd be like, oh, you just grab literally any highlight or cream shade in a palette. But no, there are so many that look off. Either they're like too matte or dry, or the shine is a different shade. But this has just always been perfect for the inner eye. Okay, next we're gonna go in with a bronzer and a blush. A bronzer, a Blonzing stick. This is the only thing I haven't tried from Juvia's Place. I bought another shade the other week. It was the one after this. It was more red. I did wear it in my book video, but at certain angles you can see that it looks red. I really wished it was both a bronzer and a blush, but that was just a pure blush. It was beautiful red blush. Totally would wear it, but I kind of wanted something in between. And I still don't know if this would make the cut of being both a bronzer and a blush, but we'll see. I'll compare these to my bronzer stick so you can kind of see what this looks like compared to an actual bronzer. Okay, so ColourPop, Rare Beauty. This is more of a contour, so it's more gray. LYS. So these are my actual bronzers. And now let's see what this bronzer looks like compared to them. So I got it in the shade Burnt Sugar. Again, this is the lightest out of all the bronzers. See, there's still a little bit, it's really watery. I forgot to add that when I did try it on for my other video. I was like, ooh, I'm so glad that this can blend out, because again, it was red, but like I was so happy that like I could blend it out and then add a little bit more. Complete opposite of their liquid blush, because again with this baby you're screwed if you put just a little bit too much. Like there is no breathing room with this, but with this you can mess up. It's fine, just tap away and then add some more. Here, let me add it next to the ColourPop so it's right there. So I mean, that does look like Burnt Sugar. I'm hoping it's not gonna look like an orange bronzer. So bronzer, blonzer. Okay, you know what? Let me try it with my KVD brush that I always used to use for blush and just see how it looks as a blush right now. I didn't want to use this again because this would clash so much with the colors I'm wearing. I did use it in 2 other videos if you want to see what it looks like, but it's heavy. Again, this is Blush Lily. Here, let me just swatch it if you're curious about this color. It's like that will cover your face. You want to see how far it will go? It will cover your whole hand. So yeah, that's very intimidating. And once it's on there, it's on there. So that's a big reason I never use it. Maybe I'll try this as a blush and then use it to contour. Okay, it's brown, like a dark brown. Yeah, I could see how this could be both. Okay, I can see it. See, because there it looks like a bronzer. Ooh. With the red one I got, I really could just use that as a blush. I could not do this contour with that color. You know what, let me go to lips because I want to save the highlight for last because I love that highlight. So I'm going to use the lip liner Sweet Nothing and then Mademoiselle lipstick. Still one of my favorite nudes. It's my only peachy nude and I freaking love the packaging. I wish most of my lipstick looked like this because it just makes me want to grab it that much more compared to like a black lipstick container. You know, I'm just a girl. I want to look at pink. I wouldn't say this liner really matches well with Mademoiselle. This is a little bit too brown for it, but this is, I think this is the lightest brown they have as a lip liner, and anything else would be too dark for Mademoiselle. See, it's very light and I love the shape of this lipstick. Since it's angled, you can just easily do one. Yep, still one of my favorite new lipsticks. Okay, let's end with one of my favorite products from Juvia's Place, which is their liquid highlighter. I don't know why I forgot about this. I used it, and maybe because it was like hidden with a bunch of my other highlighters, but I pulled it out and used it on my last book video, and I was editing, like I could not stop looking at my highlight. I was like, why have I not been using this some more? If you watch that video, I'll try to put a clip again. You can see it looks like water. Like it doesn't look like a highlighter. It kind of looks like clear water. I don't know, if you use highlight, you can tell there's a difference with all of them. Like there are some where it looks like sweat. There are some where it looks like a glow from the inside out. There are some where it's blinding highlight. But that looks so natural. It doesn't look like sweat though. It looks like water, but not dew. I don't know. Like when I was editing that video, like I was just like, why did I stop using this highlighter? So this is in the shade Starstruck. I will swatch this with other highlighters to give you like a vision. And it's crazy because this has a lot of glitter, but it doesn't look like that in my video. It just looks like a beautiful glow. Can you see how that looks like a normal glow, a normal highlight? But when you blend it out, it's really glittery compared to other liquid highlighters. Like Charlotte Tilbury and the Tarte one, those look like a glow, but this actually has glitter. Why are none of these highlighters showing up well on my camera? This happened with my last video. Okay, so I'm gonna swatch the Rare Beauty Exhilarate. The liquid one is nowhere close to my love for the powder highlight in Exhilarate. And then the Tarte Glow Tape highlighter in Pearl Glow. Like when I first got this, I was wondering how it compared to Charlotte Tilbury's, but this thins out a lot. Like the Charlotte Tilbury, like it stays the same thickness of highlight, but this thins out where you probably have to layer. I remember I did have to layer with this, but with the Charlotte Tilbury I didn't. This, there's nothing special, but I just want to show you what they look like compared to Juvia's Place. Okay, well my point I wanted to show was that these have no glitter. They're just a pure flat color like that. When I'm looking at them, there is no glitter coming through. Even though there's so much glitter, which would probably turn me off from a highlighter because I'd want it more like this, but yet I'm in love with this highlighter and it doesn't look glittery. Let me turn this down again. Maybe there. Why can't you see the glitter? In the camera it looks just like these, like smooth one color, but when you look at it, there's glitter in there. But my point is, even with all the glitter, it doesn't look glittery and fake or too much for a highlight. I freaking love it. let's put it on already. I don't usually put it directly on my face, but I do not have any more hand space. So I'm gonna do that. Put it right there. Also, my highlighter brush is dirty, so I'm just grabbing a random brush. I love this more than the Rare Beauty liquid highlight in Exhilarate, even though the powder in Exhilarate is practically my favorite highlighter of all time. And the Tarte one, it was like in my top when I made my full face of Tarte video. That was also one of my favorite highlighters, but I like this more than those. See, look at that. Like, it's white, that little white highlight is in there. And it's weird because like I can't compare it or say like I love one more than the other. Because again, highlight is so different. Like in my last video with the Westman Atelier, like it's so natural and dewy and it's gorgeous, and this is just as gorgeous, even a little bit more gorgeous, yet this is full of glitter. See, I feel like I'm missing blush. I'm debating if I should put more or if it's gonna look even more like a bronzer, because like there it does look like a bronzer. Would it look weird if I put this? Okay, let's see if this will help at all with the blush. See, I'm putting that much, so it'll either work or it will look super off. Wait, that actually looks cute. I think because every time I look at this and see how purpley it is, I assume it's gonna look just like this on my face, but thinned out, it really does look a beautiful lilac. I think it's so funny that I did not care at all about blush, but then when blush became a huge thing, especially when everyone released liquid and cream blushes for the first time, I started falling for the trends, and now I'm like, I needed blush. When I saw my face, I was like, I need blush. I think that bronzer just wasn't enough. It was too brown that it looked more like a bronzer, that I needed some pink. Okay, fine, I needed that blush. I don't know why I keep giving this blush a hard time, because like I said, every time I see it, I'm intimidated. The color looks too much, but then when I'm putting on, I'm like, that's super cute. Kind of like baby doll-y. Okay, I take that back. I love this blush. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I do not think it's clashing too much with the green. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.